Holy dude. Alright, you ready?
Out of breath from getting out of a car? Holy shit, bro. This is exactly why the fat acceptance movement is fucking insane. We got people like this thinking they're 9 out of 10 baddies when they clearly aren't. What 9 out of 10 baddie do you know struggles to get out of a fucking car? Alright everyone, welcome back. Today, fat acceptance TikTokers have crossed the line. Now, I've made so many videos about fat acceptance, it's honestly just a meme at this point. It's like a weekly routine at this point to completely dunk on these delusional TikTokers. Well, today I've decided to give you all a treat. I've decided to do a complete marathon going over a bunch of fat acceptance TikTokers and fat TikTok situations which are completely outrageous. This is going to be a longer video, so I'd grab my popcorn and put this video in full screen and get ready for it. Now, before we start, make sure you join the brand new Monk Army Discord server. We've got hundreds of people talking about gym progress, fat acceptance TikTokers, anything you want. Top link in the description, check it out. And anyways, let's start off with our first fat acceptance TikToker. Okay, so the caption of this video is, "This made me tear up." Yeah, I mean, if I had a BMI over 40, I would tear up as well, knowing that I wouldn't make it past 2050. I don't mean to be an asshole here, but seriously, to be completely real with you, if you think that you're actually going to reach these years whilst being 280 pounds of pure fat at 5'6", then you're out of your fucking mind.
I just wanted to share something that I like to do is when white men are walking up to my car, I like to lock my door and make sure that they can hear it.
Wow, aren't you a boss bitch? Fortunately for you, Tess, I don't actually think that any white man on the planet without a severe mental disability would actually want to be anywhere near you in the first place. Now look, I didn't actually want to roast this woman this hard right now. Actually, no, that's a fucking lie, I don't give a shit. But do you actually think that any man is looking at you and wants to get in your car while you're in it? If I were you, I'd be grateful here. There is a subcategory of white men, and a very small one at that would try get into an attractive female's car for whatever reason. But luckily for you, Tess, I don't think that you'd ever have to deal with that. No one would want to get into your car.
You're right. I am not happy. I am absolutely fucking thrilled. Eat it up, bitch. I look great.
Okay, can you please stop showing your body off? Damn. It's so obvious that you're not really happy in this body. Only you have the power to change your body and lifestyle. I don't know why you're sitting there all snappy and arrogant like you've actually just done something to dispute this man. Now, the person whose comment you've just replied to, I can't really see the PFP too well, but it looks like he's about 70 years old. You do realize, Tess, that even at his ripe old age, he will probably still outlive you. Which is kind of sad, but I mean, it's also kind of true. Again, I don't want to come across as a complete arsehole in this video, but I'm only speaking the truth here. I'm not dumbing this shit down for a woman like Tess. And the reason for that is that this woman is actually pretty fucking evil with her messaging. Recently, a ton of people in the fat acceptance community have literally started dying, and I'm not joking when I say that. Here, let me show you.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
Now look, I probably wouldn't have put it as bluntly as this woman did, but goddamn, that kind of just shows how a silly little movement like this, about how you should love yourself at any size, isn't just a game anymore. People are literally dying from this shit. And who do we have to blame for all of this? People like Tess, who are sitting around promoting this lifestyle to so many people on TikTok. Sitting there saying, yeah, I'm happy with being a fat ass. Like, no, you're not. No one is.
To all the amazing fast food workers out there, I was one as well, and I have some stories. I'm sure you do too.
Wow, I'm fucking shocked. A story about fast food workers. I swear, if Tess is not only a fat acceptance advocate, but also a fucking Karen, then we might have a full package here. Let's see what she's got to say.
If it is appropriate when you go through a drive-thru after being out all night, and you get there and it's like 1:45 in the morning. Alexa, what time is it?
Time is 2:07 a.m.
So it happened not too long ago. And you pull up to the drive-thru and you're like, hi. And they say, hello. Good morning. Good morning. No, it's still nighttime.
No the fuck it's not. I don't know where you're going with this, but right off the bat here, it's literally the fucking morning. AM versus PM, Tess. You were taught this shit in kindergarten.
I'm still dilly-dallying and doing things. The night is young. What do you mean? Oh, good morning. I just feel like it's a personal attack.
Yes it is, fuck you. Holy shit, there's actually no way you're that sensitive at 38 years old. So you've just been out on a night out, right? Getting drunk, destroying your body even more than you already have, doing nothing with your life, you know, as usual. And you go to the fucking McDonald's drive-thru to ruin your body even more. And when someone tells you good morning, because you know, it is a good morning, you sit there and think it's a personal attack. You're a 38-year-old mother. Get a fucking grip.
If you're doing that, you are choosing to judge me on the other side. And maybe it's just because I am a Cancer with Scorpio rising and...
Shut the fuck up. So not only is she a Karen, not only is she a woman with a BMI over 40 who is proud of that fact, she's an astrology girl as well. Jesus Christ, we have some work to do here.
I don't know if I'm reading too much into this, but I just feel like that's not nice. It's not nice to say good morning.
Right, so what can we take away from this video, Monk Army? It's not nice to say good morning to someone during the fucking morning. Right, noted, Tess.
So I'm at the doctor's right now, and it was the first time that I have ever had a good doctor's visit.
Right, the doctor's visit. Fat acceptance people, I can tell you right now, do not like doctor's visits, where they get reality checked back into fucking line. So let's see what Tess has to say about this visit.
But we did my blood work. Everything was fine. Literally no high blood pressure, no high cholesterol, nothing. And the doctor was like, yep, you're good.
I think that doctor may be special in the head. There's no way anyone looked at you and thought, yeah, you know, everything's good in the hood here.
Like I have an upper respiratory infection and I have to fly to New York on Wednesday to accept an award. So I'm like nervous about that, but...
Hold on a second. An award? What fucking award are you accepting? I'm sorry, but that's actually a genuine question. What award is being given to you? Realistically, what good have you done in the world to receive an award? I'm not even saying that to be mean here. I just genuinely don't know what she's done. All she's done from what I can tell is make people weak by telling them to accept an unhealthy lifestyle.
I just want to say, like, advocate for yourself. As somebody in a larger body, advocate for yourself. You know, the doctor I saw last was so awful and so fat phobic, and I'm gonna be honest, the last couple months it knocked me down, and then I told myself, no, screw this. I deserve better, and I deserve somebody to listen to me, and I'm so relieved.
Alright, there's a lot to break down here. From my perspective, if one doctor was saying that you shouldn't be fat, I can't believe a 19-year-old has to explain this to you. But they probably have a fucking point. A doctor telling you that you shouldn't be over 40 BMI is a pretty solid doctor if you ask me. The doctor who's just told you that you're completely fine is telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. I actually refuse to believe that I'm talking to someone who's double my age right now. Someone who's had double the life experience that I have. There is no fucking way there are actually people like this who think doctors being fat phobic is a bad thing. Seriously, Tess, you need your fucking head checked. Holy sweet mother of God, what the fuck am I looking at? Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker. Whoa, slow down there! I thought this movement was supposed to be about fun and positivity. I don't see anything fun about having a heart attack at age 30.
It's hard to believe I'm walking through the ruins of the first ever city.
Hating on your body is so boring and exhausting. Well, it would probably also save your fucking life, but go on. You are helping the next generation of plus-size people feel happy. Bro, you lot talk about being plus-size like it's a fucking disease you catch from the sky or something. You fat people do realize that the only reason you're fat is because of your lifestyle, right? You don't just catch extra calories, bro.
You are 100% correct. I do delete all of the hate comments I get.
Yeah, no shit. That doesn't surprise me. You do seem like a sensitive You deserve to exist without shame in your body. Not if you're 400 plus pounds, you don't. I don't know why that's such a crazy statement to say in 2024. Like seriously, if you were at the doctor's office right now and you got a blood pressure test and it were to say that you're unhealthy, right? Which would most likely be the case. Are we seriously saying that someone shouldn't shame you and that we shouldn't be doing that? Like seriously, Jilly, the only way to stop people from becoming you is to shame them. When I was in school, our friend group had this really fat kid, right? And we used to bully the fuck out of him for it. And he used to make fun of us back whenever we would do that. But you know what happened after a couple of years because of that bullying that we did to this kid? He lost weight and became healthy. Shame is the perfect way to make someone healthier and better. And I don't understand why in 2024 we're removing that from society. Well, Well, I wouldn't say it's completely determined by your size, but it's a pretty big fucking part of it. If you were to go to a man with a clone of yourself, right? You have the same personality traits, you've got the same goofy ass hair color, the same liberal opinions, but the only difference is that your clone is 170 pounds, while you're stuck at whatever you are, 400 plus pounds. I'll tell you right now that every man on the planet is picking the woman who is 170 pounds every day of the week. Oh, but Monk, that's fat phobic, you can't say that. Correct, it is, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Well, I mean, you can't be not allowed to take up space. You just fucking do. No one can tell you to take up less space. That's like telling an elephant to stop being so big and take up less space. It just physically can't. But breathing loudly is crazy. Like, bro, if it's to the point where I can hear your fucking esophagus contract from the other side of the room, then I think we might have an issue. Yeah, no the fuck you're not. No one desires you. This is the shit a lot of delusional women do where they're like, well, if I believe in myself that I'm desirable, then I must be. It's so funny when these people literally just ignore reality because they don't like it. I swear, I'll watch these podcasts where women of a similar size to this girl will say, yeah, I'm a 10 out of 10. And the only reason they have is, well, I'm just a bad and I just think I am. Listen, bitch, the objective reality is that you're a 1. No amount of bullshitting and ignoring reality is gonna change that.
You are 100% correct. I do delete all of the hate comments I get. Well, at least I try to.
Wow, shocker. Let's see the reasoning for that.
Sometimes I just get really fed up on behalf of all of my fellow fat friends, and I just can't take it, and I reply to some sometimes, but I know that they're all just trying to get attention, whatever. It brings more engagement to my video at the end of the day.
Look, she is half right here, I will say. I know, shocker. Monk actually agrees with something that the fat activist says on TikTok. But the thing is, when she says that people commenting on her videos only brings engagement to her videos, she is kinda right. I see so many people in the comments of far left content creators of people they just disagree with. I mean, it honestly just goes both ways, bro. Whenever someone disagrees with someone, they'll start huge debates in their comments, you know, putting out some outrageous paragraph about how they hate them. Even in my own videos, bro, my Mario Rios video got so many people in the comments saying shit about how they disagree with me and how they hate my guts and, you know, oh, I hate you, Monk, because, you know, Mario Rios is the GOAT. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't even read them. But they're still there on my page and people still reply to them saying that they disagree with the comments or they agree with the comment. It doesn't even matter, bro. At the end of the day, it is just engagement with my videos and, you know, YouTube just promotes my videos because of that. Let me give you some actual genuine advice here, Jilly. You deleting those comments is probably the most fucking 1 IQ play I've ever seen. You're literally stopping people from being able to have conversations in your comments. You're not deleting comments to help fat people. You're just doing it to protect your sensitive ass ego.
For the most part, yes, I 100% delete all of the hate comments that I get. The reason I do that is to protect all of the fat people, plus size people, and just any person that is watching my video, because I do not want my comments to be a negative space and filled with hatred. I want people to come to my videos and be able to open the comments and see a bunch of nice things.
Okay, so you want it to be an echo chamber where you only have people that agree with you. I'll say right now, a lot of people commenting on your shit content are hate-filled, but a lot of people as well are literally just people that have a different opinion to you. You don't give a fuck about making your space nicer and more positive. You just don't like people who disagree with your shit and unhealthy lifestyle.
My page, I try as best as I can to make it a safe space.
But that's just not good for them, is it, Jilly? Fat people going into a bunch of TikTok comments and saying shit like, oh yeah, you're beautiful, queen, you're gorgeous just the way you are, is doing nothing but hurting them. I really don't want to be a self-improvement preacher because I think a lot of the self-improvement space is kind of cringe, but I think the short-term hurt of being a fatty and being told you're a fat ass and that's a bad thing, then them end up changing for the better, is far better than just being comforted in their unhealthy body and then just them staying the same and dying early.
But the fact that this is a society we live in where you go to a fat person's page and you're shocked that there's no hate. Lil Bestie agrees with me that fat people are amazing and don't deserve the hate that they get.
That little bug just wants to suck the blood out of you. He can't hear you and doesn't give a shit about you or your TikTok page. Look, Jilly, I can understand what you're trying to do, sitting here saying, yeah, guys, I just want to have a safe space. People shouldn't be leaving hate comments. But bro, I mentioned this in my last video. There is no positive fat TikTok page out there that is healthy for anyone. People die from this shit, bro. There have been multiple fat activists that have literally died as a result from fat TikTok. This is no longer some silly game where people should just be comfortable in their bodies. If you don't act now, you're gonna fucking die. And this is a call to action for anyone right now watching this. Don't be fooled into listening to these fucking idiots saying, oh yeah, losing weight is bad, just eat the cheeseburger, you deserve it, queen. No, fuck off, you don't need a cheeseburger, what you need is a fucking Stairmaster. Fat people are hot, and just because you don't think so doesn't mean the entire world shares your opinion. Now, while what you're saying about just because you have an opinion doesn't mean everyone else shares the same opinion is true, in this case, Julie, you're an idiot. Everyone agrees that fat people aren't hot. I mean, seriously, I can't actually tell if you're trolling or not. You're sitting here in size 28 clothing saying, yeah, guys, we're all hot. Like, bro, the objective truth here is that you're not. Again, I'm not even being mean here, I'm just telling you the cold, hard truth.
If you're fat, stay. If you're a girl, stay. If you're a bae, stay. If you're gay, stay. If you're bi, stay.
Well, I'm here.
Everyone else is probably gone by now. Okay. Did I look cute?
No. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker.
Just a reminder, you do not have to be skinny to be pretty.
Yes, you fucking do. Let's not bullshit ourselves here, lady. You may think you're a plus-size baddie, whatever the fuck that means, but I'd say 30,000 people disagree.
I'm fat, but big deal. I don't feel bad about it. You never made me feel bad about it. And just because there are some people in the world who want me to feel bad about it, doesn't mean I have to.
You should. Monkami, the problem with this person's videos is that I want to say so much shit about them right now, but YouTube will beat my ass if I do. So all I can say about this video right now is that all these people backing you up in the comment section saying you're beautiful need to get their fucking eyes checked. Let's see just how delusional this woman is.
We're fat. Of course, the moment we sit down on the couch, we're gonna grab a little pillow and hide our bellies.
We're fat. Of course, all of our targeted ads on social media are for shapewear. Only shapewear. The only product in the world is shapewear.
We're fat. Of course we can't buy anything last minute because they don't carry our sizes in store.
Maybe that's a sign. Maybe if you're so large by your own eating habits that you don't get to buy clothes as they aren't in your size, that there might be a problem with your weight and you should actually start trying to fix it. Look, maybe I'm just being ignorant, right? Because I'm 19 years old and a healthy male, but I seriously don't understand how it's so hard for people not to end up like this. Look, I can understand people's bodies not being perfect. You might have a little bit of chub here, you know, if you've had a big week or something like that. But to end up like this, bro, like there's gotta be something wrong up there. Like what conditioning has gone in your brain to accept that this is how you should be living? It's absolutely disgusting, bro.
We're fat. If we show any skin during any season, of course someone is gonna say we're so brave. Should I go to war?
Haha, yeah, absolutely fucking not. We might as well surrender on the spot if the nation decides to have people like this going to war.
We're fat. Of course we're gonna sit at a table and not in a booth. You're not making me squeeze in there.
We're fat. Of course we've had things suggested to us that are actively dangerous to avoid being fat. Caffeine pills.
Meal replacement shakes.
Running outside with a garbage bag on.
Master cleanse.
Literal surgery.
Fat camp.
All of those honestly seem like things that you two should definitely consider. I don't understand the mindset here. Like, do you two motherfuckers actually think that losing weight is gonna make you unhealthy? I'm pretty sure fat camp is literally just people who are trained professionals trying to get you to exercise and eat like normal people. What about that seems unhealthy to you?
We're fat. Of course we grew up thinking that we had to be the funniest and the smartest and the nicest because we had no inherent value given this physical form on this earth, which led to a pattern of people pleasing that can only be corrected through sustained therapy and community.
If you think you've healed yourself because you've just accepted being morbidly obese, then I think you've got more than physical issues. You've got mental ones as well. Also, don't sit there talking about, yeah, we were just given this body. This body was just cursed upon me. I really hope that shit is a joke, but just by listening to these two talk for only 1 minute, I'm afraid that I do think that she's being dead serious when she says that her body was just given to her. Now, forgive me for my insane insensitivity for the next thing that I'm about to say here, but I don't know if you're actually blind to what you're doing, but the reason that you're that large is because of your own eating habits. I know, right? Shoot me down. I said what needed to be said. I spoke the truth rather than sugarcoating it for your sensitive asses. Literally sugarcoating it. Like, bro, I don't know why it's so controversial and so terrible for me to look at someone that's clearly overweight and say that if you want to be healthier and look better, you should eat less calories and exercise more. That's not me shaming people for being overweight. It's telling them a scientific fact. And you know what makes all this shit worse for the people who make videos like this? There's a whole community of cringy ass fucking worms in this woman's comment section saying shit like slay, and you go girl boss, you're fat and beautiful, but you're both beautiful. Look Wendy, I don't know if this is some controversial take or anything, but I've just gotta say this. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I do get that, but these two women are not fucking beautiful.
You wanna know something crazy? This is my body. Do you wanna know something crazier? I don't hate it. Do you know that you can actually have a body and not hate it?
Do you want to know something crazy? You can have a cheat meal without turning it into a fucking clearly unhealthy habit as displayed on screen. You know, this video sounds nice, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm not insecure, I love my body at any size. But honestly, this is probably the worst movement I've ever seen on the internet. The amount of danger this movement brings into the general public is actually crazy. You should absolutely not be okay with looking like this. Because it's not just the looks of these women that is detrimental, right? People have imperfections, right? And it's absolutely fine. You may have pimples, you may have uneven ears, you may have a crooked nose, you know, nobody's perfect. There was a long period of my life where I had crazy acne and it pissed me off, bro. I was very insecure about it. But having imperfections in your face or body shape or whatever is absolutely not on the same playing field as something like your weight, which you as a human have absolute full control over. These activists who sit here acting like being fat is some disease that you're just born with, and it's something that you just have to involuntarily put up with, is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. You can change, and if you want the change bad enough, and you do all of the right things, you will change. This is the beauty of exercise, right? You can morph into whatever the hell you want if you put in the work and keep a strong mindset. These women right here are obviously obese, right? But both of these women could wake up tomorrow and make a change for the better if they wanted to. Do I think that that's actually gonna happen though? Hell no.
You cannot say that you like thick girls with all this thigh and you can't handle a little bit of belly or some back rolls. This ain't Build-A-Bitch or Mrs. Potato. You can't do that. You can't pick which part you want and don't want. That's how it works.
I think there's a difference between having a little bit of belly and some back rolls and, well, you. I understand that not everyone's perfect, right? If you want a girl to be thick, you know, you can't expect everything else to be perfect. But I think the line between someone being a little bit chubby versus being you isn't particularly clear at the moment. I don't really think that any guy has a problem with women that aren't perfect. I do think that every guy would have a trouble dating someone like you, though. The thing with all these fat activists that I react to is that they genuinely have zero traits that I can find attractive. Not only are these women not physically appealing to most people, they have a terrible personality to back it up and go along with it. It's almost like these women who are 2s to begin with are trying to become negative 2s with their personality. Honestly, I think this clip just sums up what I'm trying to say completely perfectly.
I'm not gonna lie, bruh. Fat bitches need to shut up, bruh. I'm not gonna, like, in all respect and all honesty, like, not gonna lie, it be a lot of the fat hoes talking. You fat bitches need to shut the fuck up. On God.
Like, bro, love him or hate him, he's definitely cooking with this one.
Yeah, I'm very sorry that you have to have a
Oh god, please fucking don't. The last thing we need as a society is you going around public with that shit on. Also, what was the fucking garbage bag you were wearing? Honestly, bro, who on earth is telling you to wear that? It ain't me, I'll tell you that much.
Baby, who gave me the audacity to look this good? Because I am the embodiment of spring right now. Persephone, count your days, girl.
I need to have a serious talk with every person who is in this girl's close circle. Who the fuck gave this woman the audacity to come onto this video and ask who gave her the audacity to look this good? I'm sorry, but again, bro, everyone can have their own opinions, but if it was me choosing whether I find this attractive, I'd just have to say, fuck no. You can think whatever you want, Nikki. If it makes you sleep better at night, fooling yourself into thinking that this is healthy and attractive, then I'm not here to stop you. But fucking hell, this is some demented reality we live in where this shit is celebrated. Gorgeous. Like, Liz, I'm sorry, are we watching the same video? Beautiful as always. Yeah, sure thing, squirrel hippie, whatever you fucking say. You're so cute. Yeah, thanks for that one, JD. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker.
Use your brain! Use your brain! Use your brain! The thing in your head, use it!
Isn't body positivity just glorifying obesity? Correct, it fucking is. What, I'm sorry, do you think that it's not? My existence isn't a disease that needs to be cured. Yes, the fuck it is, bitch.
Recently, someone asked me if being fat was my only personality trait.
Yeah, girl, no one fucking asked.
And no, of course, being fat is not my only personality trait. I'm also a bitch.
Wait, really? You're a bitch? Oh my god, I couldn't fucking tell just by taking one look at you.
All that work and what did it get me?
Finally accepting my body the way it is just to watch the disappearance of plus size models, blah 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 blah. Yeah, what's your fucking point? There shouldn't be any plus size models, I say in quotation marks. Actually, just really quickly before we move on, it's not called plus size, bro. Let's bring this community back to what it actually is, which is fat. We shouldn't be normalizing fat models and just accepting what they are. That's stupid. That's not something that we should be promoting, bro. Eating in excess of calories to become bigger on the BMI scale isn't something in society that we should just be accepting. I love it how she's sitting there acting like she's losing the battle of keeping people fat because now people are starting to realize that being overweight isn't healthy and they're finally starting to lose weight now. That truly brings a smile to my face.
But why should I have to go somewhere else? Like, truly no disrespect, but I want to use this comment to talk about that.
Oh god, here we fucking go. So the comment that Sarah is responding to is this. Honestly, if you're above 2XL, you should probably be going to stores that sell bigger people clothes like Lane Bryant's. So pretty much Sarah originally made a video complaining that normal stores don't sell clothes for abnormally large people like herself. Which, I mean, what the f do you expect? You're not a normal healthy size, so no stores aren't gonna have clothes for you. If you want to fit into normal people clothes, become a normal people size, which is something that is completely in your control.
One, an XXL and 2XL are not the same thing. And two, I'm not gonna shop for this or this just because I happen to be above an XXL, nor should that be my only option. In a time where the average woman's size is a 16, brands' laziness and fat phobia are truly what's holding us back from inclusive in-store shopping, and I will die on that hill.
Good f***ing lord, we have a lot of bullshit to break down. So you're saying that you shouldn't have to shop in different stores because of your weight and it shouldn't be your only option when it was your f***ing choice to become that big in the first place? So yes, that should be your only option. Clothing brands aren't gonna have a section just for you because you've chosen to become that big. This might sound harsh, bro, but it needs to be said. But this is a problem that not many people have. So unfortunately for you, you're gonna be the only one that's dealing with it on your own. And you've got two choices here. You can continue shopping in obscure places to find clothes that fit you, or you can lose the weight and wear clothes that a ton of people fit into. I mean, seriously, it's not the only reason that I work out and keep myself in good condition, but do you know how easy it is for me to shop for clothes? As a 6'1", 80kg male that is about 15% body fat, anything that is a large is gonna fit me perfectly fine. And the reason I can fit into a large isn't because I was born with a good body or any crap like that. It's because I keep myself in good physical shape, and there is nothing stopping this woman from doing the same. Also, this last point about fat phobia really just ties everything together and makes me realize how fucking stupid and irritating this woman is. Fat phobia is the biggest cop-out I've ever heard in my life. Fat phobia should be a thing. Let me repeat that. Fat phobia should be a thing. Because if we don't have fat phobia in society, then we're just accepting people being fat and unhealthy. Fat phobia is what has kept society together for decades, and even centuries now. And I don't understand why we're needing to change that all of a sudden, just to accept people.
The audacity for you to come on a public platform and make a video like this?
Alright, what do we have here then? So we have a doctor here, which for some reason is like cats to a mouse. Fat people are fucking terrified of doctors. Probably because doctors snap these people back into fucking reality. And anyway, this doctor is sitting here saying when you're trying to place a catheter on your 400+ pound patient. Now I just had to search up what a catheter was because obviously I'm not a medical professional, I don't know what it is. And apparently it's a tube you have to shove up someone's holy moly for some sort of procedure, I don't know, something like that. And let me tell you after learning that yeah, it would probably be a bit of a hassle trying to do something like that to someone who's morbidly obese. So keeping that information in mind, let's see why Sarah decided to have a fit over this.
I really don't know what's worse. You understanding the implications of this statement, or you not understanding and being put in a position to make patients feel ashamed of how they look in your presence. The strength it takes plus-size people to go into a doctor's office or a hospital setting and ask for help in regards to their health, and then for you to come on this app and create and allow a space for us to feel more ashamed of ourselves?
God, you're doing a whole lot of fucking whining for someone that lives in a first world country and eats cheeseburgers all day. Okay, but seriously though, can you actually just stop fucking complaining? Sitting there saying that it takes courage and strength and whatever the f for fat people to go to the doctors is crazy. How privileged do you have to be to where your worst and most mentally taxing problem is you going to the doctor's office? Like bro, people are going to fucking war, dying in trenches and battling battlefields. The people in the hospital that you think are trying to shame you for being obese are in the middle of a 12-hour shift slaving away, getting home at midnight and having no time to spend with their kids, all to earn a couple of $100,000 a year and are maybe able to retire at 65. They're sitting there doing all that and you're complaining because a medical professional called you what you are, which is obese. Unbelievable, Monk Army. Are you hearing this shit right now?
And more fearful of being in your presence? Don't you want us to be healthy? Don't you care about our health? Oh, it's a joke. Oh, okay, it's a joke. It's a joke when our health is disregarded in place of us being fat. Oh, it's a joke when we want and are seeking assistance with our weight, but you don't take us seriously because we're lazy to you. And we're unhealthy to you.
If you wanted assistance with your weight, you'd buy a fucking gym membership. This is the thing, bro. I can guarantee how these interactions would go down with your doctor. You'd waddle into the office, your doctor would sit there saying the same thing he or she does every single time, which is that you're overweight and unhealthy, and that you need to go on a calorie deficit and start exercising more. Then you'd start getting emotional, saying that it's fat phobic to say that, and then you'd storm out of the office and implement nothing that the doctor's just told you and complain about it on TikTok. Like, bro, losing weight isn't some magical force that only applies to certain people and, oh, I can't do it because I'm this, and that. Anyone who's able to move their body and not put so much food in their mouth can lose weight. You can do it, bro. And if you in the Monk Army are watching this right now and you need some motivation to lose weight if you're overweight right now, just realize that if you stay overweight and keep making excuses for yourself, you're dumbing yourself down to people like this who think that they're just born fat and can't lose the weight physically. Like, bro, please, do yourself a favor and stop listening to this bullshit fat propaganda. Doctors aren't discriminating against you, they're trying to help you.
For you to get on this app and make current, future, and past patients feel ashamed of their bodies in front of people who are supposed to be helping them in the most vulnerable setting is disgusting. You're disgusting.
Says the morbidly obese 25-year-old. I really don't understand what's so bad about making people feel uneasy about their bodies. Because if someone who's morbidly obese is just fine with being like that and fine how they feel doing that, how are they going to improve themselves? There's no doubting that someone that's overweight has a negative life experience compared to someone that's healthy and fit. So what the fuck are we doing sitting here accepting unhealthy lifestyles? I just don't understand. If someone in the comments can explain where everything went wrong with all this shit, please explain to me in the comments. I'm very curious. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker.
I can't use most airplane lavatories, and neither can many other plus-size individuals.
Holy f***, bro, if it's to the point where you can't even fit into an aeroplane bathroom, then something is seriously wrong with your health. This whole fat acceptance movement is really making it so people can't even fit into aeroplane bathrooms. Now look, as someone that's 6'1", I can understand that aeroplanes can be kinda tight, but bro, this person's clearly just put this on themselves. Today's landmass that we're gonna be looking at is one of the more well-known fat acceptance TikTokers out there, and that is J Bay Official, who specializes in the field of flying and plus-size travel. Kinda funny coming from someone that has never flown 3 inches off the ground without a motor-powered machine before, or walked faster than a fucking snail. So anyway, I found the absolute worst videos from J Bay, the plus-size traveler, whatever the hell that means, that I could possibly find. So let's see just how bad these can get.
Every time I use a rideshare, I'm forced to ride without a seatbelt because there are no seatbelt extenders.
Well, let me stop you right there before you start playing the victim. Whose fucking fault is that? Realistically, if I was a rideshare, we're gonna say Uber driver for the sake of this video, and you walked into my car asking for a seatbelt extender, ain't no fucking way I just have that on standby. Clearly, most Uber drivers aren't gonna be supplied to handle situations like this that are way out of their league. I'd reckon if I was an Uber driver and you asked me for a seatbelt extender, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
It's time to make it mandatory for ride shares to provide seatbelt extenders. Read the caption for more.
I don't think I will. Do you actually think that, first of all, this silly little TikTok that you've made is actually going to get people to do something about this and try to get seatbelt extenders mandatory in Ubers? And secondly, even if something like this were to happen, this doesn't change the fact that we're providing a service for someone that made themselves need it. I'm just going to say it right now, bro. You've chosen to be fat, Jay. The way the world works is that if you eat more calories than you consume, you get larger. So if this woman wants to actually try and make an argument saying that she's been given this body and that people need to accommodate for her, then it's just bullshit. We shouldn't have to make policies and things that are mandatory for people that have chosen to be that certain way. It just doesn't make sense.
First, I don't think tall people should have to pay extra for seats that accommodate them either. There's a difference between paying for extra legroom solely for comfort and needing it to be safe. And fly with dignity.
Okay, here we fucking go. So the context here is that this girl Jay Bay thinks that all fat people should be provided with extra aeroplane seats to accommodate them, which you might think is okay, but the problem here is that Jay thinks that fat people shouldn't have to pay for those extra seats. They should just get them for free because they're fat. I mean, seriously, the entitlement from that one alone is just outrageous. Thinking that because you've lived your life comfortably and ballooned yourself to be morbidly obese that you deserve special treatment. If anything, it should be the fucking opposite. So in this video here, someone commented, I'm 6'6" and have to pay for extra room. If you need it, you can pay for it. This is absolutely true, and honestly, if only one of these people could get a free upgrade, whether it be the tall person or the fat person, it should absolutely be the guy who's taller. Because the guy who's taller didn't choose to be 6'6", he was just born that way and became that tall. However, Jay here in this example chose to be fat. You shouldn't be given special treatment if you've chosen to be that way.
Why is it that when average-sized people bring up airplane seats being too small, it's valid? But when plus-size people bring it up, they're the villain? Explain that.
I mean, do you need me to fucking spell it out to you? You've chosen to be fat, Jay. The tall person or average-sized person didn't choose to be that way. If the average-sized person has a problem with seats, then it's valid because it's a problem for most normal, socially acceptable-sized people. But just being completely real here, if you don't fit into an aeroplane seat, whether that be because you have too much muscle on you or you're too fat, then you don't fit in as a normal people size. And you either have to change that by losing the weight or put up with buying the extra plane seats every time you fly. There's no gimmies in this world just because you think you deserve it, Jay.
People ask me if I purchase seats when flying. They say it's not fair to the person who has to sit next to me if I don't. When I tell them I do, they say I'm selfish for taking a seat from another. The fact of the matter is that people can't stand to see fat people happy. So why should we care what they think?
Okay, I'm actually mixed on this one. So Jay here is saying that she actually does pay for 2 seats on an airplane whenever she flies, which in my personal opinion, if you're actually paying for the extra seats, you can have them, bro. You've got every right to do that, and I don't think anyone should be stopping people from doing that. But the problem with Jay is that she's not happy about that. She doesn't like it and thinks that it's unfair that she has to pay for 2 seats. I mean, from the airline's perspective, bro, it's just simple maths. They don't care who buys the seat and who takes up the seat, whether it's one half of Jay or nobody. As long as someone's paying for that seat, they don't give a shit, bro. If there's 200 seats on an airplane and only 199 passengers, but one of those passengers bought 2 seats, they're still gonna make the same profit if 200 people bought 1 seat. In fact, they're probably gonna profit more because they don't have to accommodate for food and whatnot for as many people. Although looking at Jay, she'd probably eat the complimentary snacks 4 fucking times.
Recently, I had a distressing experience at Chicago O'Hare Airport.
Of course you fucking did. Everything's distressing to you, isn't it, Jay? Fucking hell, this victim mentality is getting out of control.
I faced a significant challenge when trying to get to baggage claim. The only option was to go through a revolving door. We pressed the button to slow it down for people with disabilities, but as soon as we entered, we got stuck. I'm claustrophobic and began to panic, frantically motioning to the staff for help. They just stared at me, offering no assistance. A passerby noticed our struggle and tried to help, but the airport staff remained unresponsive.
Well, I mean, that seems like a situation I'd probably sit and laugh at, to be honest. Okay, let me actually be kind of nice here. The airport staff are kind of wrong for that, I'm not gonna lie. Look, as much as I've dunked on this woman throughout this video, I do agree that airport staff that are on the job should be helping people get off the plane and not just standing there if someone gets stuck. But now back onto you, Jay Bay. If you're seriously that large that you can't fit through a revolving door, then how the fuck do you expect to navigate normal life? You've clearly got higher priorities with your health rather than worrying about some situation like this.
You gym rats love to troll in my TikTok comments, saying all kinds of things about bigger women. But guess what? Those same guys are sliding into my Tinder messages every single day.
Okay, holy sweet mother of God, this shit's gotta be a joke, right? God fucking damn, Montgomery, there's no way we're doing this shit right now. Please put some damn clothes on. I mean, bro, she has to be trolling, right? I can't even imagine in my head a man on the planet sliding up into your Tinder DMs. I mean, let's go over this and state some facts here. Firstly, you're morbidly obese, and normally with people that are a little less attractive, it's okay because they have some redeeming qualities about them, like being smart, being funny, being kind, having a good personality, just generally being a decent person to be around. How many of those qualities, though, do we think that Jay Bay over here has? fucking zero of them. So at the end of the day, apart from her just being a woman, what is really attractive about this girl? And listen, bro, I'm not saying all this to be mean, bro. I wasn't gonna bring up any of this. But when you're sitting there making a video saying that guys calling you big slide into your DMs, I just have to say that that's fucking cap. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker. However, this one is an actual dude.
Let's gain weight. My gainer journey from 57 kilograms to 89 kilograms in 3 years.
What the fuck is this, bro? Look, bro, I know people bulk all the time, right? But this ain't bulking, bro. This is bulging.
Be proud of your body no matter its size. Gaining fat is as valid as building muscles.
No, the fuck it's not. To gain muscle, you have to sit in a cold, hard gym for hours every day, tracking everything you do. All you gotta do to get fat is be a fucking pig by loading up McDonald's on your Uber Eats app and sitting on the couch all day.
Sometimes I miss my old body. But once you start gaining, you can't stop, and just want to keep going to grow a bigger belly. Gaining is my passion, and it made me learn my body is as beautiful and valid as a gym body. We both worked hard to achieve our dream bodies, even if they are different.
No, no, and no. This is actually probably the most disgusting thing I've ever had to watch on this channel. There's nothing fucking beautiful about this shit. I'm gonna throw up. So I initially just had the idea, and I'm sure you guys thought the same thing, that this guy was just doing this as an experiment to see what happens when you gain a ton of weight. But in fact, this guy is literally just doing this because he wants to be a fat sloth. My body is as beautiful and valid as a gym body. We both worked hard to achieve it. Again, no the fuck you didn't. A person who goes to the gym and puts in hours into sculpting their body and physique, tearing their muscle fibers to get a good body, is much better than you sitting here eating fucking whipped cream, pizza, and all sorts. If anyone here is sitting here calling this thing beautiful, you're lying out of your ass. How is this an attractive lifestyle to anyone? Most of the time when you see people eating sugary food like this, it makes you want to eat it more. But when I see fucking melons like this and like Nikocado avocado eating large amounts of food that's all processed and complete bullshit, it makes me want to throw up and never touch that food again. I also keep noticing in this guy's videos that he has a goddamn Patreon called Every Thick. I swear, if anyone on this planet is giving this guy money to feed this absolute insanity, then they need to be locked up. Supporting content like this should be a crime. I just love it, bro. TikTok will take down all of my videos for cyberbullying and saying that my content is too bad, but this motherfucker can gain 100 pounds and counting of eating shit quality food and nothing happens to him. This guy's taking years off of his life for no reason at all.
I went from skinny to fat because I wanted, and this happened. I went from size S to XXL #BigBoy. I felt confident about my new body in public.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. I don't give a shit anymore, bro. I'm not gonna sit here hiding around this issue. People are gonna comment on this video, "Oh, Monk, you're being fat phobic. Why are you being mean to fat people?" Seriously, if you think it's acceptable to go out in public and be proud of being a complete sloth, then there is something wrong with you. I can understand if you're in the process of trying to lose weight and you're actually trying to do something about it. But if you're like this guy and you're trying to get bigger, not even trying to help yourself at all, then I have no sympathy for you, bro. You're literally just asking me to make fun of you. Also, how the fuck did you go from size small to fucking 2XL? This guy actually used to be decent looking for a man. Like, he was in okay shape. He wasn't insanely lean, but he was a million times better than he is now. But now he's chosen to be a complete sloth and ruin his life. There's no way you're happy doing this shit, bro.
I grew a beautiful big and soft belly that feels so sexy and good. Let's be honest, fat is cool and we should normalize and appreciate fat bodies at the same level as gym bodies. We both have different standards of beauty, but both are valid, and we both work in our ways to get the bodies we want. Fitness or fat?
No. Only one of them is valid. The other one is fucking stupid. #fat is beautiful. Like, what the fuck is this shit? What is it with this guy thinking he's working to become fat? What work are you being put into gaining 100 pounds of fat for no reason? If we're classing eating pizza, cake, donuts, and whipped cream as working really hard, then the average American would have a net worth of $10 million.
Every single man should have abs.
You meant should have an ob, right? Let me laugh. No one wants abs now, bellies rule the world. Stop the ideology of perfect bodies because all bodies already are.
Bellies rule your fucking kitchen, mate, and your bank account. Stop the ideology of perfect bodies because all bodies already are. I don't know if this is controversial or whatever, but no the fuck they're not. Bodies aren't already perfect, you have to put work into maintaining them. And if you don't, they become worse. Also, I seriously think that this guy is trying to rage bait here. I mean, there is just no way any human thinks like this. But then I also don't think this guy's rage baiting because he's actually gained all this goddamn weight over 3 years. I would say he's doing this for clout, but who the fuck does this shit for clout? He doesn't even have that many TikTok followers. Yet you are not fucking happy, and there is nothing in this world that convinces me you are. Honestly, I've never been more happy in my life than I am right now, Monk Army, let me tell you right now. And what a surprise that I'm in the best physical condition of my entire life. I've got a great circle of friends around me, and I'm doing YouTube as my job, which is my dream job. That's what happiness is, bro. Doing what you love every day and fulfilling your purpose. All this motherfucker is filling is his belly full of shit. There's nothing in this video that radiates happiness to me. I see an empty soul with his organs screaming at him to stop what he's doing. Also, the first caption was gym or happiness. Why can't they be both, bro? You do realize that people can be happy and go to the gym at the same time. I'll tell you what, I'm happy about 80% of the time when I'm in the gym. I can't say the same about this guy being sat in his room eating quality pizza all day. Guys, if you want any bit of gym motivation to get you into the gym right now, if you've been slacking or whatever, or you're just in a slump, just watch any of this guy's videos right here and you'll be right back to it immediately. Maybe that's what this guy's doing right here. Maybe he's purposely doing this as community service to get people motivated to be anything but him.
Let's do it. Let's calculate my BF%. Will this app work? I don't know what a G ratio is. 21.8%. I was expecting more. Let's get...
Firstly, no, let's not get fucking bigger. I think you're big enough, mate. Secondly, that app is lying out of its ass. Not a chance in hell you are 21% body fat. I'm not Coach Greg or anything. I don't have his laser eyes, so forgive me if I'm wrong about this estimate, but I'd say you're at least 35% body fat as an absolute minimum, which is terrible considering where this guy came from. He was actually in decent shape. I seriously don't understand, bro. It's so hard to fathom why the fuck someone would do this to themselves. It just seems like no other reason than to gain clout. Like, you've just ruined your life for no reason. Although, to find the positives in this guy's content, I feel like if you're unsure as to what to do if you're going on a cut, you can literally just watch what this dude is doing and do the complete opposite. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker. Alright, what the f do we have here? Cass Elliot was an icon. Without fat phobia, she might still be alive today? Oh yeah, that fat phobia ruining people's lives. You know what else ruins people's lives? Fucking diabetes and heart problems. The fact that people still think being fat is at all healthy in 2024 actually baffles me. Now, each time I've reacted to one of these TikTokers, they tend to get worse and worse, and today's video is absolutely no exception. Today's delusional fat acceptance TikToker is called Fierce Fat Femi. Already I want to fucking shoot myself, and I haven't even watched a single video yet just by that name. Pretty much I've gone through this person's page and found the absolute worst videos I could possibly find, so let's see what Fat Femi has in store for us.
It's so hard for me not to just be like listing all the things I do.
Okay, right off the bat, your voice really annoys me. I don't know why, don't ask me why. Something about the way she talks just really pisses me off. But anyways, let's read this comment that she's responding to here. I don't want a lazy partner. Why would I want to be with someone who can't even take care of their body and their own needs? It's not just looks, it's a mindset. Perfectly normal comment, and I 100% agree. I'm pretty sure that Fat Femi here would have made a video saying that you're fat phobic if you don't want to date someone that's fat. Well, fucking sign me right up. I'm fat phobic then.
To like actively go against this comment that like all fat people get, which is like, well, you're lazy and you just can't take care of your body. And ultimately I want to fight you back by telling you all the things I do, but it doesn't matter. If you hate fat people and you actively don't want to change or do any critical thinking, no amount of what I educate you on will help. You have to actually let it seep into your brain to your frontal lobe.
Okay, are you actually gonna say something of value here? Fucking hell, bro, like, what are you even saying? Pretty much she's just saying, well, why would I respond to this comment by telling you the things that I do for my body? But then you probably realize the list of things that you do to your body that are positive literally just doesn't fucking exist. There's no educating for you to do to any of us. You clearly have no valuable insight if all you fucking do is sit in your ass responding to TikTok comments and doing nothing to make yourself healthy.
Into the parts of yourself that can think critically. And that's something you and only you can do. So allow yourself to think critically and ask yourself, is every fat person lazy?
Yes.
Not taking care of their needs? Are there thin people who are lazy and who do not take care of their needs?
Yes! What's your fucking point? There's two extremes to being a human. Some people are extremely skinny and don't take care of themselves, and I can tell you from first-hand experience, it is not fun at all. And when I was extremely skinny, I was 100% lazy. I had to put in the work and make sure that I didn't stay like that by bulking and eating a ton of food, plus working out a bunch. Lo and behold, 3 years later, I'm in the best physical and mental condition of my entire life. I feel fantastic, and every day I wake up with a smile on my face. And then there's the other extreme, people who are morbidly obese like yourself. People who eat way too much food, don't exercise, and sit on the couch all day. And some of them go even further like yourself, making TikToks trying to justify it with this positivity bullshit. Just because there are skinny people that are lazy doesn't mean that you are not lazy, fat femi. Get your head out of your ass. What the fucking Fat Femi, what are we doing here? A jump scare warning would have been nice. Fucking hell. Is somebody gonna match my freak showing off your divine back fat all year long? Listen, Fat Femi, ain't nothing divine about your back fat. Is this chick trolling, bro? Surely she's gonna be taking the piss here. Surely you get to a certain point with this fat acceptance movement where you just gotta admit to yourself that this is just not healthy.
Okay, I recently got this bra and underwear set from Yitty, and they're white and butter soft, and I'm usually not a white
Okay, no. Bro, you can't just do this without a jump scare warning. Seriously, I'm sorry to everyone here watching this video right now in the monk army that's experiencing this with me. But if I have to watch this, bro, so do you. I don't care what the premise of this video is here, bro. What type of fashion show is going on here? Please warn me, Fat Femi, if you're ever gonna do this again.
But these are so delicious and comfy. And look how nicely they go under this silk skirt.
Okay, are you wearing origami on your breasts? I don't know what's worse at this point. Jojo Siwa's black pom-pom outfit that she was wearing a couple of months ago, or whatever the fuck Fat Femi has got going on here. I mean, seriously, she also just called her outfit delicious. God, bro, there are so many cultures and weird parts of society that I'm so glad I know nothing about. This fat phobia community is one I'd like to stay far away from.
Actually, babes, then you don't support body positivity.
Fucking hell, please stop talking. I'm gonna try my absolute best with this to not completely flame the fuck out of you because YouTube are very strict on their rules. But that UK accent that you just put on was so forced, staged, and was not funny at all. Please stop before I develop a fucking next level migraine. So the comment here that she's responding to is, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you promote being unhealthy? Which is true. I totally agree with body positivity as long as it's healthy. Which is also true. Being fat is clearly not healthy, so this woman promoting being fat is unhealthy. I'd love to see how she weasels her way out of this one.
That's the whole fucking point. Actually, in its original creation, it had nothing to do about health. You know what I'm saying?
These camera zooms are not fucking helping. You know when someone is so clearly insecure and knows they're not funny on camera, so they start zooming in and out when they're recording to try and make themselves funny? Yeah, I don't know if you people that do that realize this. It does not make you funny at all. It makes you even more corny than you already were. This shit is not funny at all. Please stop. Like, listen, Fat Femi, I'm trying to hear you out, but every single second of this video, there is something that makes my chin shrivel into the back of my head.
And also, how do you know someone's health by just looking at them? Huh?
Because if someone is fat, then that's an indicator that they're not healthy. Whoa, guys, don't cancel me. Yes, I did say it. I just said that if you're fat, then I'm gonna assume that you're not healthy. Big fucking shocker there. Now, look, of course there's a minority of people that maybe are just built different, and when they're 40 to 50% body fat, they, for some reason, are healthy. But I can guarantee you right now, Fat Femi, if we're going band for band here, me at 15% body fat versus you at like 40 to 50% body fat, whatever you are right now, I am 110% healthy healthier than you without a shadow of a doubt. If we switch places tomorrow and I turned into a 40 to 50% body fat, whereas you went down to being like a 15 to 20% body fat, whatever, you know, the healthy range is for a woman, I would undoubtedly instantly be more unhealthy than you, and you would become so much healthier overnight.
And I would love to see, and I would hope, because I'm assuming things here, I would hope that you have the same energy about health around COVID and that you're still masking. Are you still masking?
I'm just gonna ignore the fact that your mannerisms and the way you speak is completely insufferable and just try my best to focus on what you're saying here, Fat Femi. But god fucking damn it, you're making it really difficult for me. Now look, COVID is not nearly as dangerous as it was in its early stages. Back in 2020, it was completely new, right? No one had ever had COVID in their life, and we didn't know how dangerous it was. In hindsight now, it's really not that dangerous unless you're like 250 years old or have crippling cancer, or in Fat Femi's case, you're morbidly obese and have a completely tanked immune system. But wearing masks back then at the time was the best way that we knew how to fight it. Did we really need all those lockdowns and whatnot looking back at it? Probably not, but COVID is not nearly as much of a threat anymore. Sure, the variants of COVID have gotten stronger, but we as humans have also gotten stronger because we've had it, you know, 1 to 2 times already, most of us, so it's not really that bad anymore.
Anyways, I'm just really tired of the retired argument about like health, because again, what's your definition of health? Whose type of health? Are you going to therapy? Are we talking about emotional health? Are we talking about everyone's full-bodied well-being? So you don't support body positivity if you're going to play health politics. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, you really thought you did something with this video, huh? You really thought this TikTok was gonna shock the world, didn't you? Well, to answer your question, getting fit and not being fat is not only a physical well-being benefit, it's also a benefit in every other aspect of health. It improves your mental well-being because you're not stuffing your face with shit tons of food all the time. You're eating clean, which has been shown to help mental well-being. Your organs are working at their full capacity because of your diet. Like, bro, when you eat McDonald's and shit every single day, they're obviously going to be compromised. And your social life benefits because, you know, you can actually fucking move around and do shit. Pretty much every aspect of your life improves when you stop being morbidly obese. Now let's move on to another fat acceptance TikToker who is trying to start a fat revolution. If you don't know what this is, honestly, neither did I, so let me explain.
I'm dedicating 2025 to fighting for the Fat Equality Bill of Rights.
Well, it's gonna be a long year of fighting for you, isn't it? I can tell you right now that shit's gonna flop in your face.
And I want you to be part of this revolution.
Revolution? Jesus Christ, who told this lady this shit was a good idea? You're dedicating the whole year trying to pass a bill for fat rights, calling it a revolution. God damn, bro, the delusion we have to look at today is absolutely insane. Now, this TikToker we've actually looked at in the past, and she's called J-Bay Official. Somehow she has over 100,000 followers, which is more than the Monk channel. I personally think that's fucking insane. Anyways, like I've been teasing, she started a revolution where she's trying to give fat people rights, as if they didn't fucking have any in the first place. Like, bro, what rights do you want that you don't already have? Seriously. If it's the ability to walk, I mean, you kind of took that away from yourself already. That's not a rights issue, J-Bay. Anyway, spam Monk Army in the comment section right now. For the first 24 hours of this video going live, I'm gonna try and heart every single person that does it. And before we take a look at this fat activist revolution, let's see what else J-Bay has been up to on her TikTok page since my last video on her.
Alright, have you heard that your girl Jay is going to be at FatCon next week in Seattle? Well, if you hadn't, now you heard.
Jesus Christ, there's a fucking fat con? Oh wow, bro, it's actually not a fucking joke. You've gotta be kidding me. They've actually got an Instagram page for it and everything. Now look, by the time this video goes live, I think FatCon might have actually ended, which I know is very sad. But if this video right here gets 2,000 likes, I'll talk about everything that happened at FatCon. No joke, by the way, there's probably gonna be a lot of content about it.
And I have some really cool, exciting stuff I'm doing there. But the thing that I am most excited about that I've gone to be a part of and build is Fat Freedom Photo Shoots, Seattle, Washington, FatCon 2025 edition. Fat Freedom Photo Shoots is officially launching on Sunday, February 2nd in Seattle, Washington in honor of FatCon.
What the fuck is Fat Freedom Photo Shoots? Okay, so J-Bay actually has an official website for this shit. No way, bro. Our mission: to increase fat representation, to foster body acceptance, aka accept being a fat ass and never change for the better, and to create free accessible photography for the fat community. This motherfucker is acting like fat people are a minority or some shit and have less rights. Bro, you weren't born any different to any other human. You just ate too much. Of course there's environmental factors and shit like that, whatever, blah blah blah. But it doesn't take away from the fact that you're a fully grown man who can't stop eating.
Well, I just care about your health. Maybe if you lost weight, you'd feel better. Nah, let's be clear. Fat phobia is a choice. Stop pretending it's for fat people's health. If you really cared about someone's health, you wouldn't shame them or make them feel less than just because of their body size.
Well, you are less than and should be ashamed. What the f*** are you talking about? I'm not gonna sit here and fucking lie saying that being fat is a good thing. It's clearly not. I mean, you're literally disabled from it, Jay. You need to be wheeled around in a wheelchair because of your size. Also, the definition of fat phobia is literally the fear and dislike of fat bodies. The fear part is a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I don't really think there's that many people that are scared of fat people or fat bodies. The dislike part though? Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. And you know what? It's crazy how in 2025, me saying that I dislike fat bodies is seen as a bad thing. Like, bro, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. There's a reason I work out every day and train so hard. I don't want to be fat. I would dislike myself and my body if I was fat. Meaning I dislike fat bodies.
Health is personal, and it doesn't look the same for everybody. But what I do know is that fat people, just like anybody else, deserve to exist in a world without being judged or treated like we're less worthy of care, respect, or access to basic human rights.
No one said you can't have access to basic human rights. What are you talking about? This isn't the 1920s, Jay. You can do whatever the f you want, and you know that. Also, yes, health is personal, but there's a fine line with it. Sure, let's say some people are at their healthiest when they're, for example, 12% body fat, while some others might be at their healthiest when they're around 18 to 20% body fat. There's a difference, right? But you don't get to say that while being morbidly obese, 50% body fat, and pretty much disabled. I can put my entire net worth and the whole monkey YouTube channel on the fact that I'm much healthier than you, J-Bay.
Here's the thing. Fat phobia is rooted in societal bias. It's not actually about health. It's about controlling how we look and making us feel inferior.
No, it's about everything. Sure, it's not only about health, but it is still about health. It's about looks, health, and wellness. All of those things will improve when you lose weight and stop consuming so many damn calories. We're not out to get you, Jay, but when you say and do stupid shit, people clearly aren't gonna like it. Like having a fucking fat con. Why in the world do we need a fat con?
It's about pushing an unrealistic standard of beauty and health that only benefits a system that profits off of our insecurities. We're told just lose the weight, like it's that easy. And the truth is, being fat isn't a moral failing. It's a body type, and no one should be shamed for it.
A body type? No the f*** it's not. Motherfucker talking about being fat like it's an aesthetic or a skin in Fortnite. Like it's some vintage clothing. Bro, being fat is literally just your regular body with muscles and bones, plus a ton of fat and hampered organs.
Health can't be measured by the size of our bodies alone. I know plenty of fat people who are healthy, strong, and happy. Just like I know thin people who are unhealthy. Health is complex, and it's about more than just a number on a scale. You can be fat and healthy, and you can be thin and still face health issues.
Yeah, but life is far better when you've got a balance in between. Sure, there are some outliers, right? There are some people that are healthy when they're overweight, whatever. But I can pretty much guarantee for 99% of people in the population, you will be healthier when you stick around 15% body fat for men and around 20 to 25 for females. And for anyone watching this right now, I can't believe I even have to say this right now. There is nothing wrong at all with wanting to look attractive and wanting to lose weight. There is nothing wrong at all with changing who you are. Just because you've got J-Bay pretty much saying that, you know, oh, being fat is fine, doesn't mean you can't lose weight, bro.
Fat phobia isn't about health. It's about control. It's about prejudice. And it's about a society that hasn't learned how to accept people who look different. So let's stop pretending. Fat people deserve respect, love, and dignity, no matter the size we are. So next time you want to use health as an excuse to shame someone, just remember, fat phobia is a choice.
And so is being fat. Sure, fat people deserve love, dignity, and whatever, but you're still overweight and you still have a responsibility to not be that way. If you enjoy your life being morbidly obese, buying extra plane seats, not being able to look in the mirror, then by all means, bro, keep eating. I don't give a shit. But let me tell you right now, the grass is far greener on the other side. As a 6'1", 77kg male at around 15% body fat that plays sports and is, you know, pretty decently athletic, if I woke up tomorrow 50 kilos heavier, I'd want to fucking shoot myself. Anyways, now we go to the real meat of this video, which is that this woman is trying to start a revolution. So rather than me explaining what this revolution is, let me just show you.
I'm dedicating 2025 to fighting for the Fat Equality Bill of Rights, and I want you to be part of this revolution. Every day, fat individuals face barriers that nobody should have to live with. Whether it's being turned away from a doctor's office, not fitting into seats on public transportation, or being unfairly judged in the workplace. These aren't just inconveniences, they're human rights violations.
No, they're not. Are you fucking kidding me? This whole thing has to do with your bullshit of being unfairly treated and not being able to fit on public transport. Lady, this is the shit you can fix on your own. You're sitting here acting like you're oppressed because of something you can't control. Everyone else in the world can stay at a healthy body fat percentage. Why can't you?
The Fat Equality Bill of Rights is a critical step towards changing all of that. It's a set of protections designed to ensure fat people are treated with the same respect, dignity, and access to basic rights as everybody else.
If you think the entire world is gonna change because you're fat, then you're actually delusional. Public transportation isn't going to have fat seats because you ate too much. This shouldn't even be a problem. You were probably once skinny as a child, Jay, and you for some reason have put yourself at a disadvantage. I don't get it, bro. You can so easily just become a normal, healthy size and go back to living a normal life, but you choose not to. It's hard to feel bad for you when you're the reason you're disabled. This isn't like running a business or writing a book or something where, you've got to be creative and that, there's no right or wrong answers. There is literally a blueprint to getting healthy and, losing weight. Count your calories, go to the gym consistently, and you'll lose weight. It's not that hard.
Just like the civil rights movements that have reshaped history, we're fighting for a world where fat people are treated with fairness, not just tolerance.
You are treated with fairness. What the f do you want? What rights do you not have that normal, healthy people have? Please humor me, Jay. I'll wait.
This is about the right to exist without fear of discrimination, exclusion, or ridicule. It's a civil rights issue, and it's time for change. And here's what the Fat Equality Bill of Rights could change for you. This bill will protect fat individuals in every area of life. From healthcare to employment, transportation to education. Imagine walking into a doctor's office and not fearing weight bias.
How the fuck can you sit here and ask the government for treatment when you can't even help yourself? Again, this shit is all your fault. You don't have to be in this situation. You weren't born with a fucking real disability like being blind or not being able to walk, and you still managed to f it up. How about some fucking personal self-awareness, Jay? Stop asking the world around you to change. The world doesn't revolve around you. When do you hear someone that's too tall asking buses and planes to change their seats, to give them more legroom? Almost never. And the tall person in theory should have more of a right to complain than you. They don't have a choice being 6'6", they just are. That's the way the world works, Jay. Some just sucks. Some people make $2 grand a month while others make $2 grand a second while they sleep. The world isn't fair as it is, Jay, but you're not helping yourself. So why the f should the government help you?
Imagine sitting on a plane without embarrassment, or shopping in a store that actually carries your size. These are the changes we're fighting for. The Fat Equality Bill of Rights isn't just a piece of paper. It's a movement that will reshape how society views, treats, and accommodates fat people. It will make the world more accessible, fair, and inclusive for all of us. But I can't do this alone. 2025 will be my year of fighting for body justice, and I'm bringing all of you with me. I'm committing to this fight because I believe in a world where fat people are equal, and accessible isn't just possible, it's necessary.
This has to be a joke, bro. There's no way a human on this planet actually thinks like this. Look, Jay, if you decide that you don't want to be 20% body fat anymore, you just want to eat whatever the f you want and have zero discipline, then that's fine, bro. You do you. But guess what? There are consequences to that, and you clearly now know what they are. So, Jay, look, at this point you have two choices. You can keep dealing with the consequences, or make a change and go back to being normal. Don't make this anyone else's problem. This is a you problem, not the airlines, not the government, and not me. It's all you. Now it's time to talk about something that happened actually really